These are the generations of Ishmael, the son of Abraham, whom Hagar the Egyptian bore. He had 12 sons, 12 princes, just as God had promised. Each became a tribal chief. Each settled in his own territory, and they lived in the lands stretching from Havilah to Shur, east of Egypt, toward Assyria. They lived in defiance of all their kin. This is not just a family update, it's prophecy fulfilled. Back in Genesis 17, God had heard Abraham's plea for Ishmael, and he said, "I have blessed him. He shall father 12 princes, and I will make him a great nation." And here, those names are recorded. Ishmael didn't vanish. He multiplied. He thrived. He wasn't the child of the covenant, but he wasn't cursed either. God kept his word. Yet even in fulfillment, there is distance. Ishmael's line becomes a constellation of nations, tribal, powerful, outside the promise, and in many cases, opposed to it. The text says they settled in defiance of all their relatives. The Hebrew implies a posture of opposition, a dwelling that resists unity. This isn't just geography, it's theology. The covenant line will not advance unchallenged. There will be other kingdoms, other princes, other powers. Some will oppose, some will eventually return, but all must take their place in the prophetic map that began here. These names don't disappear. Kedar and Nebaioth, sons of Ishmael, will show up again in the prophets. Isaiah says they will bring offerings to God's altar. Jeremiah and Ezekiel speak of their judgment. Their legacy matters, but Ishmael's legacy is not just a footnote, it's a prophecy. And Paul will later return to this moment, not as mere family history, but as covenant revelation. 2 sons, 2 covenants, both in the house, but only one could remain the heir. Ishmael was sent away, not in cruelty, but in clarity, so that Isaac, the child of promise, would stand alone. Paul tells us this was a pattern. The old covenant, centered in Sinai, bound to the earthly Jerusalem, would be cast out too, because only one covenant could inherit the kingdom. Only one son could be called the heir. This was not about rejecting people, it was about replacing systems. Many, like Ishmael, chose to remain outside the promise. Others would come in, not by blood, not by law, but by faith. To see the kingdom clearly, the old structure had to fall. And in Christ, the heir receives everything, Jew and Gentile together. Not by descent, but by adoption. Not by Sinai, but by promise. Because God's plan was never just about inheritance, it was always about clarity.